Hello and welcome. I am the Brutal Commander and I'm here today with Born to be Mourned. How are you all doing, boys?
Good, good.
Yeah, not bad,
Yeah,
mate.
mate.
Good.
How are you,
Nice.
mate?
Yeah, doing very well, thank you. I'm very much looking forward to seeing you guys at our first showcase show. It's gonna be a big show.
Super exciting.
All right, can we just go around the table and just introduce ourselves? I'll start. So I'm the Brutal Commander. I'll be interviewing you today.
I'm Alistair, guitarist in Born to be Mourned, one of them.
I'm Joe, bassist for Born to be Mourned.
And I'm Louis. I'm the drummer of Born to Be Mourned. We also have Big Bill and Little Bill, as we like to refer to him as, our vocalist and other guitarist, who unfortunately are not here. Couple fun stories to tell about that, I'm sure, coming up. But yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, with that done, first off, can we just ask how is everyone doing? It's going to be your first show of the year, and we're definitely stoked to have you on for the first ever showcase. How are you all feeling about getting back to the stage?
It's been a long time coming. I haven't actually been able to play guitar yet this year because of the injury I have to my finger. But hopefully, we're going to be leading up to that in the next couple of weeks. So it's going to be a little bit of a close one, but it'll be fine. But I'm sure we're all excited because we've obviously had to miss out on a couple of opportunities this year. So to just jump on straight away with you guys is awesome.
Nice. So, when was the last time you were on stage?
Uh,
The Blacklist show.
Early December, maybe.
Okay. All right.
So it'll be 3 months by the time we get to the show.
So not too long, not too long off. Some people take longer
Yeah,
than that to get their EP done or their album made. So yeah,
yeah, true.
you won't have lost it. Don't worry. But you've had some major setbacks and some injuries, and it must have been quite tough to deal with. Can we just talk a little bit about that? Maybe just go through a little bit about how these things affected the band, and in terms of sort of like the progress and morale.
Well, to be honest, we had three odd injuries. So we've had Bill in his accident with the old motorbike. We've had me. I injured my foot, so I was off for about half a month. And then obviously Ali's got his dodgy finger, his gammy finger. So we've been off, had quite a bit of time away. Haven't really been able to get together, let alone travel anywhere or do anything really. So it's kind of been off the grid completely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I haven't been able to do music at all because obviously I broke my finger in a work accident. I had something about half a ton fall on it, and not to go into graphic detail, it's not very pretty, and it's basically unusable up till about now, and then we're going to go from there. But the most serious accident in the band has definitely got to be Bill because he had a motorcycle accident, ended up hitting a car from a junction, and he's had some issues with his spine and his knee, and we're still touch and go on whether he needs surgery in the future. He's back functioning, going around his daily life, but it's very limited at the moment. And Joe can obviously mention more about his, but it's definitely made us hit a brick wall because it's not even like we can just go and practice while we're off. We can't do anything, you know.
Yeah, I think obviously, like with Christmas and the New Year, you sort of take that short break. You want to come back like stronger than ever. And it's been tough because it's all unforeseen circumstances, and realistically, it was kind of all one after the other. Obviously, Bill's was first, and that was serious enough as it was with a long enough recovery process. And then just as we find out that he's gonna be all right, and as he sort of goes through like his rehab, you've got, I can't remember who was first out of Joe and Ali, but you've got them
Me.
one after there, Joe and then Ali right after. So we're 3 for 5 at the moment, waiting on mine and Little Bill's to come through. But
Let's just not
hopefully we
do
can
that.
hopefully we can prolong that.
Well, when Alistair mentioned his injury to me, I was like, blimey, you guys are really living up to your band name, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently if I was about an inch or two up in my hand, I would have never been playing guitar again. Like it would have been like my hand would have just been unusable. So
That's
we
a
were very
scary
close
thought.
to more than that.
Well, you know,
Um,
it takes a
mate.
lot of resilience to push through that, though, and you know, it sounds like you guys are motivated to just put that behind you and just take that as something that's happened, a challenge that you've got over it, and I feel like you guys will definitely get over this. It sounds like you've got the
yeah,
right attitude.
yeah. I mean, we're really ready to come back. I think we're all desperate to get in practice and start writing again. We would have been half gigging and half working on the EP this time of year and getting the EP out about mid-year. But obviously those plans being a bit halted for now. Something to look at. But yeah, we're very ready for it, and what a better show because obviously it's with people we know. It's with you lads, which is great. So
Yeah,
looking
awesome.
forward to it.
So am I. So for those who haven't seen you live before, what can they expect from a Born to Be Mourned show?
It's a hard hitter, I'll say that. You expect it's going to be a heavy one. But at the end of the day, we come on with so much energy and kind of punch you in the face with it at times. So we've taken a lot of people by surprise through some of the shows we've done, especially going back to our Signature Brew show. It really surprised a lot of people when we went up there.
Yeah, I think as well, like even if you've listened to our releases on sort of record, seeing it live is definitely a different like experience. I mean, even for us, just playing it, we always want to come with the strongest energies and like the most energy that we can bring and really feed that into the crowd and the community who are there to support us, and the other bands as well, whether we're on first, second, well, wherever we are in the set, we always just want to bring that energy and sort of elevate everyone else on that day as well. So
Oh yeah, I mean, deathcore has got such a raw energy to it. It's great. Have you got any specific influences that sort of shape your sound? Are there any bands that you're really into, or any styles that you really sort of try to adapt?
I think when we first started out, it was very much like sort of a lot of the heavier stuff in the deathcore scene. And now it's sort of developed into a bit of that and a bit of hardcore because a lot of us listen to hardcore now. So it's been a bit of a process in whether we develop into what we want right now. But I think we just write what we feel. And, whether half the record is one sort of subgenre and half records another sort of subgenre, as long as it lines up and we like it, that's what the most important thing is for us right now. So I think we're in a weird spot in terms of where we're sitting, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it makes a really good sound. I'm sure I don't know if the guys agree on that. But
no, I think I definitely agree because I think we all have really different individual influences as well. From like that just a baseline. So when it comes to writing, depending on who's sort of kicking it off, you really sort of get an idea of like where we want that particular track to go, or like the whole sort of writing process as a whole, what direction we want to go in based on who sort of begins leading that. And you'll hear elements of sort of everyone's individual flair, whether it just be through their own sort of instruments and how they like little embellishments that they want to put in there, and then the whole track itself. You get a little bit of everything. So like Ali says, like, it's a bit of a sort of weird one because I still feel like through writing we're still sort of finding like our sound. But right now you're getting a good mix, so it's good for everyone.
Nice. And does
Yeah, I
anyone...
think we've really taken it good.
Yeah.
And really like gone ahead in that sense of we're very much deathcore, hardcore, but we're able to find that nice like line. I don't think many bands are doing that now. You do have your heavier hardcore, you do have your standard deathcore, but we're going for that middle ground, and with all the different influences we have now, we're just piecing it all together.
That sounds great. So does any one person lead the creative process, or is it like purely collaborative? Like, can you take me through the sort of creative process for this EP that you're creating?
So
it
I
kind of
feel like-
goes.
Oh, go for it.
You want to go, Ali?
No, you go for it, mate. You go for it.
It kind of goes in the sense of, I think our latest song that we did write, Mongrel, it kind of went in the sense of one person just kicked it off, and all of us just started flooding the gates with ideas. It was kind of like going around trying every single idea, and then anything we do here, maybe we'll keep it, move it on to a different part of the track. But it's always been more of a collaborative effort. Obviously, with me and Louis joining the band a bit later, they already had a whole roster of songs prepared. But I think even then, we've been able to put a bit more of our own thing in and add that element. So I think we all do take a part in everything that we do.
Yeah, it's always been here's a riff I worked on, or Louis or Bill would suggest, or here's something I thought you guys could do, and then we just develop that idea from there. It's never really been a specific person. Maybe someone can claim they've done a riff, but we tend to not do that really. It's always been bring an idea and then we get really excited about said riff. So it goes, oh, if you add that, and then everyone gets even more excited, and next thing you know, we're layering, and then you have a song. And then obviously you cut and weave here and there with the songs, but that's how we've been recently. And even with these guys joining, even our older songs have changed a lot since these guys have joined us. They've added things they like, even if it's just tiniest little detail. It makes a massive difference, and I think that's why it's been really good having Louis and Joe now. And obviously he touched on it just before, but we've actually been in the band for quite a bit now, and it's been great having them about. When it comes to writing process, he used to work with good mates anyway. We were all mates before, so it's been
Makes it easy.
Yeah, makes it way easier.
Is there any kind of theme to this new EP?
Heavy.
Yeah, I think we're just
more
trying
of
to
a
go
feeling.
metal
I
there.
think more of a feeling,
Some
emotional.
and an embodiment rather than like a set sort of like emotional theme or lyrical theme or anything like that. I think it's more so.
Do you think it's gonna be something that defines your sound a bit more?
I think there's a good mixture on there. We have, like, I feel like each song on there that the current formula that we want to put in there, the current 4 songs, each song on there kind of has something a little bit different going on, but they do tie in a little bit. But still, I think each song does share the bit that it's really high energy, which is probably from the hardcore side. So obviously it has deathcore elements, but when you listen to hardcore music, everything's high energy. It's all crowd raising stuff, and that's what each song shares. But it has a sound, but none of the songs are very specifically similar.
Yeah, I suppose in terms of defining our sound as a band, it's more so that obviously like the band has gone like various sort of lineup changes from its first ever inception, right? Whereas like we've been a core 5 for a little while now. So I think now you're going to get the most sort of organic sound that the band has to offer, and really get an idea of what Born to be Mourned is.
That sounds exciting. So you've got some pretty killer bands that you're going to be sharing the stage with at this show, I feel like. So are there any of them that you're particularly excited to hear about or meet or
Yeah, I think one of the main ones right now, depending when this interview comes out, is we're wondering what's going on with the headline. And we're wondering who it could be. Will it cause excitement? It probably will. There's been hints to who you've said it might be, but that's the most exciting thing for me, because I guess it's like a present. It's like Christmas.
Yeah, it gets you a bit on edge, gets you that energy. You're like, I don't know what the headliner is, but I want it.
Yeah, but the other 2 lads on the show, been checking them out. They seem like 2 really good outfits. I'm sure they can bring a lot of good energy to the stage.
Yeah, I think Il or Il, how they want to be pronounced, is pretty cool, being like sort of the full sound. So it's that should be pretty dirty. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that.
Yeah, just to check out Dan Evan from Symbiote's new project. It's going to be interesting. Something new to see, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be
LMC
their
lads.
first ever show, their first debut to the live stage. So they're
Oh
going
yeah.
they're going to bring everything they got for this one. So
Yeah.
that's really the show that you want to see with these kind of bands, isn't it? You
Yeah.
want to see them, hit the ground running, and the first show is one where they're proving themselves, and yeah. And I guess there's so many firsts for this show. It's our first show that we're putting on as UK Death Dealers. It's the Slaughterings' first show, your first show of the year. It's a monumental show that I think people need to come and just share in this, because this is going to be really a big party, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a mates fest as well. So. Okay, so beyond this show, you've got some new music. Are there any tours or any kind of big shows that you're trying to, reach for? Any festivals that you're trying to get some slots on? Maybe some, something that you can reveal to the people now?
I think we're hoping that there's a chance that we can get back onto Coalition Fest this year, if there's a chance. But at the moment, we're really going to try and support much larger artists. We did a bit of headlining that last year, and we wanted to now go and follow other bands now, because it's really exciting to go support other bands, and they bring a big crowd, or just to see how they operate is awesome. So that's kind of the aim for this year for us. We also wanted to get out of London a lot more if we can.
You hear that? The promoters of the UK get Born to Be Mourned out into the UK, because all the other scenes around need to experience this fresh hardcore deathcore that they've got.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. I feel like we've played loads of London in the last couple of years, and gigs wise, it's really crept up for us. We've played some big shows, Signature Brew being one of them. I think personally, for me, I want to get back to Signature Brew. It's such a great energy there, and to play some bigger venues, the Black Art, something like the Underworld, still in London, but those bigger venues would be great. And then to obviously get out of London and show the people of the UK a bit more of us is what we really want to do.
Yeah, big bucket list.
Nice. All right, so have you got any shout outs or to any people that have supported you along the way, or that you just maybe some up and coming bands that you think just need to be shouted out for that you've discovered recently?
Shout out to you.
I mean,
Always supported us massively, and a lot of lads in the LMC. If I was to go into the LMC list, I'd be here all day. So I apologise.
Yeah.
It's an extensive one.
But yeah, there's been some massive support from the LMC and you lads, and I think just also in each other, we had to have some serious conversations last year about we're getting older, we're all working, and how to make it work, and hopefully this year we can boost off that, which we were towards the end of back of last year. So yeah, shout out to the LMC and shout out to you from me. I don't know how the other guys feel. They feel the same.
I
I feel like if we went through all the bands, we want to shout out all the people we've met for the last year or two. God, we'd be here forever. We'd be digging our own grave at this rate. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We'd
but
be
I
here for ages.
think the nice thing about it is that a lot of it comes from one sort of united group under like the LMC. So it kind of does go to show like how great that community really is in terms of helping everyone out, and especially us. I feel like a lot of our growth the past year just came through the connections made through that. So it has to be,
Well, and for anyone that doesn't know, the LMC stands for the London Metal Coalition. It's a big group of bands that have all decided to join together to help each other, raise each other up. I think their motto is a rising tide raises all ships, which is a beautiful sentiment. So, and it's lovely to hear the bands like yourselves are benefiting from a community like that, because yeah.
I think even if you don't go in and to the LMC and have necessarily gigging with them, which we are, but even if you weren't, just being part of the community and sharing opinions, hearing opinions, going out to the meetups, it's been great.
Yeah, I think that the LMC's definitely expanded from just being something for musicians to now being for musical lovers and the wider metal community, which I find really great. You know, bringing all those people involved as well. It's become more than just a music scene now. It's crazy to see, but yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for coming on tonight and having a chat with us. And yeah, I really can't wait to see what you bring to the stage. You know, I know that you've got something to prove, and I think everyone needs to be there to see it.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Laz.
Appreciate it.
Can't wait, mate. Thanks for that, mate.
So make sure you get an advance ticket, nice and cheap. They're a bit more expensive on the doors, so if you want to save a bit of money, get one now. And it actually really helps with the promotion and everything, so we would appreciate that. And I've been the Brutal Commander. You've been Born to be Mourned. Thank you, everyone. See ya.
See ya.
Hey, mate.